Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great day. I'm back with another massive darkness miniature, and this is another greater monster, and this is the High Troll primed in skeleton bone. We're starting off with some corpse pale to get all that skin done on this big miniature. I really enjoyed painting this guy. He has nice details, the miniature looks great. Really fun to paint. Although as you can see, the corpse pale is pretty light on camera, but once all the colors are there, it will show up really nicely. Hey, and if you're new to the channel, why don't you hit that subscribe button, and then you can hit that notification bell, and if you like this video, hit that like button. We're moving on to Wolf Gray. Now this guy had some grayish fur, grayish blue fur I should say, and I've seen some other people painting this, and what they did is did like a gray fur with a blue wash and on, anyways, so on. I went a little different way. I hadn't used this Wolf Gray in a long time, so I figured, you know what, let's put this on this miniature and see how that goes. Now we're going to be doing his ripped loincloth, cloak, something, whatever he's wearing on him. Anyways, we're going to be using Necromancer Cloak. Very beautiful color, goes on nicely. I think it used to go on better than this though. It's not shaking up as well as it used to. This is one of my very first colors, so it could be running low. Anyways, you cover all this part up, and yeah. Alright, for his horns, we're going to be using a little bit of werewolf fur. Just because it's not fur, but it was a little bit brownish gray, and I found this one just gets onto the recesses really nicely. It doesn't cover up it's not too thick. It's just perfect for what I wanted to do. And the next color we're going to be using is Army Green, because we're going to be painting these pouches, and I didn't want them all to be like leather brown or something. I just want them a little bit different. So we're changing up the colors a little bit. Plus you don't see the back of this miniature on the artwork, so hey, you have the freedom to do what you want with those. And I forgot to give this guy a Mani Petty, so we're coming back with werewolf fur to do his nails on his hands and on his feet. Once again, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And we're moving on to Desert Yellow for another one of those pouches. I like Desert Yellow. It's a nice color for a almost if you wanted to use it for leather, because when you put a wash on it later, if you put a strong wash or a dark brown wash, I find it gives it a grittier leather color, like really cool, like a kind of old, you know. That's pretty neat. Alright, now we're going to use some fur brown. Yes, I'm using a lot of fur colors, but browns are usually fur, and so is gray. Anyways, this is for his club. Now, there are some straps on it, as you can see. If you get those straps, it doesn't matter. You can come back and paint them later on, so it's not a big deal. And the next thing we're going to be painting are his eyes and his teeth. We're going to use some Brain Matter Beige. Even with the wash later on, when it goes on, you think it would cover this up really well and mesh it in, but it actually creates like a highlight almost, so that's great. Just doing a dry brush of field gray on top of the Necromancer Cloak color, just to give it highlights, so when the wash comes on later on, those little edges pop, as if like the light was shining on them. We're doing the same thing now with Ghoul Gray. This is a unique color from the D&D paint set, and we're going to be putting this all over that blue or wolf gray fur. And we're doing a dry brush also of Dorado's skin, which has this like pink hue to it in the skin colors. And I just wanted his skin to have just a little bit of like pinkish coming out. Now we're gonna top off this club with some rigid brown. This is a unique paint from the Zombicide Invader paint set, so you can use any other kind of brown that you want for this, and you know, just to make it change a little bit. Using a little bit of gunmetal just on these little tiny spikes that are protruding from his club as well. Alright, now we're going to be washing this miniature with some strong skin wash, and I kind of regret this choice. I should have went with the light one, or the soft one I think it's called, because it's a little darker than what I wanted, but when it dries it does a pretty good job of still giving it that lighter look anyways. And these washes from the skin tone set really get into the cracks and all that stuff, so it really looks good. Now on the rest of the miniature, we're pretty much going to be using a dark tone. Oh, sorry, not on the fur, however, not on his hair. We're not going to be using the dark tone there. And as you can see here on that Necromancer Cloak, when I put on that dry brushing of lighter color, you can see with the wash that it still comes out really nicely. So when that dries, you have your light and dark area effects. So don't forget, if you haven't painted before and you're new to the hobby, get yourself some washes, and strong tone or Nuln oil are two of the best ones. So now, as you can see, I'm using some blue tone on all of his fur. And this, I love the blue tone. I haven't used it in a long time either. It's great on this wolf fur, or wolf gray I should say, and it really gets the highlights popping. So anyways, the high troll is all painted, ready for the table, and he's from Massive Darkness. If you haven't played that game, it's a great game. Beautiful miniatures as usual. I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you all in the next one.